Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Tracy C. Wright, and this is our online version of our Stretch and Rest. I couldn't have imagined when I got up this morning that I would be recording our Stretch and Rest program. I hope everyone is safe. Winds are pretty something out there, and it looks like the advisory is going on till about 9 o'clock. But hopefully everyone is safe and feeling relaxed, and we'll take this time to Om from home. So what do you need for the practice? Do you have a yoga mat? Do you have a certain place in your home where you practice? Do you have a block? No worries if you don't have a block. It's okay if you have a book, or we can simply give you a different variation with this. So as you get yourself settled, maybe you need a bottle of water, maybe you need a towel nearby, blanket, grab all the things that you may need. As you are going through the practice, it's nice to have those proptions near you. So as we begin our practice, I will start off as I'm sitting in a chair, and then I will go back and I will meet you on the mat. But we will start with the breath here. So as I'm seated in a chair here, if you're choosing to sit in a chair to begin with, how do we sit in the chair? How do we have our proper seat? Well, believe it or not, there's a way to sit in a chair, and we get so used to coming forward, but we want to root our feet down, and we want to look at the knees, and the knees need to cover that second toe and beyond. So as you peek down, look between the thighs there, you should be able to see your big toe here, rooting down into the chair here, tall spine, bring it back. Now maybe you're already on your mat. Perfect. Can you get into Sukhasana? Can you take a block and go into Sisa? That's eventually where I'll head after our breathing here. So see what works for you. And that is the meaning of find a comfortable seat for you that works well, that you are not having to fidget, that your mind can't be at peace. Almost like you're sitting on a pebble, or you have a pebble in your shoe. You just can't get quite comfortable. So make sure that the body is eased and relaxed, so that way you can settle into the space here. So as we close our eyes, we'll take a moment to breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. Now, the idea here is to teach you how to fish, to give you tools so that, if you can't make it to class, or it's just not accessible to you at that moment, that you have these tools when things come up. So you're breathing in deeply through the nose. You exhale out like a birthday breath. Now you're in your comfort of your own home, so I can't hear you. It's okay. Breathe it in and out. 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 Letting go. And we'll explore a breath called Samavriti, which is equal part breath. You breathe in to the count of 4, and you exhale the count of 4. So we'll breathe in deeply and through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Now exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. As you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. As you exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. As you exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Can you go on your own with this breath as I remain in silence? One more round here. And then after that, next exhale and pause. Gently open your eyes. Now, the invitation for the practice today is see if you can go through each pose by humming. Is there a particular song that resonates with you? A simple kind of that you can hum. Humming helps you with these intrusive thoughts. It kind of stops the emotion and the thought process. So as you're in the shape, can you hum? Or maybe think of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It might be something a little playful, but maybe hum that as you go through the practice. Our theme tonight is back. That's back to back, strengthening the upper and the lower back. So maybe you're already on your mat. I'm going to head over to the mat here. I will have you will see I have my little furry assistants here as my little helpers. And if anytime, keep an eye out on this microphone. Sometimes it shifts and changes, and it's been known from time to time to pause. So I'm coming to what is called Caesar here. It's also called Hero, broken toe squat. I'll use my block here. Now I got this new block here. It's a little bit higher than the normal block that I usually use. So this is a block I've had for years and years and years and years and years, and you can see the difference in it. And it's nice to kind of have this stability for a tall spine here. So as I get placed here, observe how the knees are. Now, this is not comfortable for you. Sit in a chair. It's okay. We're here for a few moments. How are the tops of your feet? Do you need to curl the toes? Listen to your body, because if you have, again, that one piece that's not comfortable, this is not going to be an enjoyable practice for you. And this is really about what's best for you. This is your practice. Listen to that inner teacher. It's perfectly fine to shift and move and do what you need to do. So here I am in our Caesar here, proper C. I'm bringing in this alignment here so that way the crown of the head is right above here, the pelvic floor here, shoulders are back here, as we take a moment here to bring arms up into this cactus arm. So our focus here is the back, upper back, lower back, and we're just inhaling up and exhaling down, breathing in and breathing in and out. Now we'll go for 15 here. This is a little bit of dynamic movement that we're bringing in. So if this is a traditional yin class, this would be our yang, or if we're in hatha or ashtanga, this would be our warm up. So as you're bringing down, we try to relax those shoulders, soften your face. Now maybe you're already at 7, maybe you're already at 8. Kind of imagine you have a tennis ball between the shoulder blades, or maybe a grapefruit that you're trying to squeeze. Make any adjustments that you need. Again, this is something, if the tops of the feet feel uncomfortable, you have a chair, or guess what? You can stand. That's okay. There is no Reiki police. It's going to come, or yoga police that are going to come through the door here and find you. So no worries here. As you breathe, this is my little assistant here. This is Bowie. He's our little baby here. And then maybe you hit your 15. And then we slowly float those arms down and bring your shoulders up and down. Now you hear me so many times say shoulders away from the ears. And this is where I'm a little liar here. And we're exploring how's the body here. How are the tops of the feet? How is your spine? Can you feel it lengthen here as you bring the shoulders up and down? And this type of dynamic movement you want into the body. 2 more times here. As you inhale, goes up, exhale, and then we're going to just shrug the shoulders. Kind of almost if you did swimming, doing the backstroke a little bit here. Bring a little bit of swagger into this. So we have fascia in our body, and it's good as you get up, especially in the morning. When you get up, make a little swagger movement to go over to the bathroom, to go brush your teeth, right? Go put your clothes on for the day, take your vitamins, and then we'll move the other way. It's good to move the body. So these are some techniques that you can use from the first start. Get up, open your eyes, say thank you, get up, move in this dynamic way. And then we'll gently float the arms down. We'll bring them up like a T and then bring them in. So we open and open. How are the tops of the feet here? How is your spine? And see how far you can bring it back, almost like karate chopping. As you open here. So all of these pieces to this is help building strength. So our CZ here is an excellent, it's called the correct seat to help strengthen the lower back. And remember, this is a practice. You're practicing, right? You're showing up, you're trying, you're exploring, right? So give yourself grace on this. 2 more times here. As you breathe. And then as we float one arm down, we lift up, gaze is down. Exhale. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in and out. Beautiful. There we go. As you're scooping up all the love and joy. And if it becomes tiring, maybe you're sitting on the block. Can you go up? Maybe that will feel very nice. Can you stand? This is an excellent one to do for standing. The head is following along for the ride here. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in. You got it. And out. Beautiful. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in and out. Other side. Here we go. Float it up and down. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in. You got it. See if you can lengthen the 4 sides of the torso here. A little bit of lateral stretch. You got it. Beautiful as you come up and over. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in and out. Beautiful. Breathe it in. 2 more. You got this. And out. 1 more. As we slowly come down, if the block is there, sit on it, please. Or you can sit on the heels if you'd like. And as we place the hands here, we will begin to turn, placing 1 hand on the side of the thigh, give it a little twist here. Any disc problems, be very mindful and careful here as you look over the shoulder, tall spine. Breathe it in. You're lengthening here. We're leading with the heart. And then we were twisting also with the torso here from the waist. And again, anything going on the back, medical-wise, listen to your body. On that exhale, as you come forward, maybe give it a smile. Are you humming? Did you forget to hum? As you exhale, turn here. Do your twinkle, twinkle. I don't know why she's having me do this. What is humming really gonna do? Well, this is how I prove it to you. Humming while you're in this class. I have to think something up. Next part of it here. As you exhale, come forward here, other side here. But this is just a playful way in the practice where it doesn't feel like exercise. We need to move the spine in all directions here. So this is where we're going. We're going to side to side. We're doing a little twist here. On that exhale, come to center as we twist to the other side. Beautiful, tall spine. Relax those shoulders here. You got it. Breathe, 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 and hum. On that inhale, come to center here one more time as you give a little twist. See where that belly is. Remember, you have those tight pair of jeans on that you zipped up here. On that exhale, as you begin to turn, inhale, then exhale to the other side here, breathing in and out. And then as we come to center here, we'll come on to our hands here. And as we take our hands, I'll back up just a moment here. You can remove the block if you have it, and we'll bring those hands out wide. We'll turn the hands here. So to the sides here, and then turn the fingertips to the knees here. Now, you may need to curl the toes. That's okay. We're just coming back to sit and forward. As maybe you hum, if you don't want to hum, this is a great one to do the lion's breath 3 times. So maybe as you inhale forward, as you exhale, as you inhale forward, exhale. One more time as you breathe in. Take a moment here as you pause. Press down into the hands and keep going. Take it to that edge if you can. Give a little stretch for carpal tunnel here. Bouncing helps. Now I have the toes curled here, but you can always place the tops of the feet. And if you don't notice, I have a blanket right under my leg here that gives it a little support. So you can place that right on underneath the knee a little bit, on the calf there, to help. And that will take a little bit of the edge off of the top of the feet if they're still not conditioned with that. So as we come forward here, I'll move my little blanket here. I'm on all fours here. I'll turn to the side here, getting a little stretch ready here, placing our hands in tabletop, fingers wide here like rays of sunshine here. We're getting everything in our little alignment here. Wrists are under the shoulders here, and we're extending one leg out. So I'm just taking this right leg and getting my stability here. Hands are wide here, pressing down, fingertips like rays of sunshine, wrist crease right here is heading towards the short end of the mat here. I'm getting my sense of alignment as I'm here, like a little tabletop, and I'm hovering, hovering, hovering. On that exhale, tap those toes down. On that inhale, come up. And we'll do 15 of these. So here we go. We're on 2. Then 3. You got it. You're pressing down as if you are pressing really hard on the brakes of your car here. Now, maybe you're on 5 already. I'm still counting. We're on 6. Float it down. Maybe on 7. Can you feel it in the belly here? Don't lose sight of not pressing down here. So press into those hands here. This is where your bandha is. You want to build strength here. So hands and top of the feet here. Maybe we're a little bit deep into 8 here. Maybe we're into 9. Here we go. 10. How are the elbows? Are you feeling like you're sinking down? Can you keep them straight? We got 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Bring it on in here. Next one, we're going to bring that leg out, adjust accordingly here. So my mat's kind of off a little bit here. I'm going to bring it over. And this is how, you take care of yourself. This is self-love here. This isn't working. I need to pause and redirect this here. And, the mat was uneven here, so it was affecting how the weight was being distributed in my wrist here. So as I get my alignment, middle finger is towards that short end of the mat here. Now the hands here, see how the placement comes to here? This is where we're going with this. Hand, wrist, right under the shoulders here, pressing in, Get that back leg here, bring it up, keep it straight. Gaze can be between the hands or a little bit right above your mat here. Here we go. We're going to go for 15. So here we go. 1, then 2. Flex that foot here. 3. Do you need to curl the toes on the other foot? 4. Keep your alignment here. 5, 6, 7, 8. We got it. 9. Press into the hands here. Keep them straight. 10, 11, almost there. 12, you got it. 13, 14, now 15. As we gently float that leg back down, knee to floor here, we're pressing in, cat-cow here. Gaze is up. On that exhale, chin to chest, you can curl the toes. You're arching and rounding here. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in. Are you humming? Totally optional here. It's just a tool that you can use. As you're exhaling, you're rounding here. As you're inhaling, arch and round here. Movement with breath. Pause at any time you need to here. We're almost there. Maybe we're on number 7. Our number today is 10. We're to 8. This is helping strengthening the lower back. If you can bring cat-cow in, whether you are seated, whether you're on all fours, whether you are standing, try to bring that in. That helps so much. Now, how are the elbows? Are they coming out? Are you keeping them locked here? Maybe you're on 11. Maybe you're on 12. Maybe you're on 14. And here at 15. Now, as chin comes to chest here, we'll look forward a little bit, and then the movement of coming back. Now, you may like getting a little toe stretch as you're coming back here. So a little Rudy Goose here as you're inhaling, shoulders coming past the fingertips here on that inhale, and that exhale, back of the thighs to the heels here. We're moving dynamically back and forth here. Observe the fingers here. How are the tips of the fingers? How is the palm of the hand here? How is the weight being distributed here? Now we have the tops of the feet to the floor here. Now, if you need to take a moment to pause and tap, 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 please do it. Remember, we're building. This is scaffolding. We're practicing, right? We're building this strength into the tops of our feet. So even if you do this twice a week, you'll be surprised in the coming months what those tops of the feet can endure and how you can evolve with different yoga poses here. I mean, even something such as saddle, you know, the tops of the feet are to the floor. Back and forth here. This is stretching out here. You feel it in the lower back. And then the next time the shoulders come over the fingertips, hold on to that block if you have it, come back up or do the curl toe here, the broken toe squat, tall spine here. Option to place fingertips on shoulders here, little cat-cow. Exhaling, bringing to elbows open up wide here as you look up. So excellent to do. Here we are working on the toes. We're working on the upper back. We're strengthening the lower back. And if you need to sit on that block, please do. If you have a pillow or a stool, there is no shame in that. You're listening to your body and you're doing it safe. That's what's important here, where you're not straining and putting, you want to stress it, but you don't want to strain and bring harm or any type of tear here. As you open here, 2 more times here. And then after that time here, if you have the block, bring it here. And maybe you have a book or something. Bow tie pasta box works as well, something within this. And we'll put it right between the thighs here. So this will involve, and I'm going to bring my smaller one just because I showed you the difference between here. Okay, so this one's an unusually wider one. So I'm used to this one. So, and also with the color too, black on black. So the knees here, we're seeing that there's a good amount of space here. So you want it in the middle part here. So this is getting into camel. This has been really life-changing for me, this cue, as we're getting settled here, tops of the feet to the floor. So I'm in my position here for camel. So creating a tall spine, bringing the shoulders back here. And what this does is by squeezing the block here, it's visualizing like a tube of toothpaste. As you squeeze that bottom, it pushes everything up so that you're able to open the chest here. So I'm able to widen the chest here. So this is helping strengthen our back, opening up the chest here. So shoulder blades are coming back and down. So as I move this way, tops of the feet here. Option here, curl the toes. Now this is a little cheater way where, to do camel, how different is it when you're coming back here versus here? So it's helping you get a little bit more room, but option to touch if you'd like, or to simply move back and forth. This is a practice. As you're squeezing the block, get a feel of it. So you're opening up here. Nice little arch. Chin is coming up to ceiling here. And play with it. This is the time for humming. You can also get a little daring. Arms forward here. Woo! Magical times, right? Coming forward. Watch it here as we're pulling back. You're engaging the glutes here as you squeeze the block between the thighs. This helps with that alignment where you can curl the toes. Bring one arm back, then the other, and go into the true expression of the pose. Totally optional. You don't have to stay there that long. Sometimes getting into it, you're like, oh, I didn't. But it's up to you where you want to go. And to get to a point where you put the tops of the feet down. So this is another one where tops of the feet, as you're coming down deeper, deeper back bend. But if you have something going on the back, scoliosis, osteoporosis, all those things, be very careful. Pause here. You're getting the same benefits as you would with that. And think about it when you're in this pose. What does it look like? Looks like bow pose, looks like bridge pose. So this is not accessible. You can get on the back, go into bridge. We can open up the chest in something called like fish. So if you want more of the open space here. As we come down here, remove that block, we'll come into our puppy shape. Puppy, we're bringing those knees right under the thigh, hips here. We're sliding those hands forward. Option to bring the elbows down, kind of like we do in Sphinx. Bring that block right here to the forehead. Now, what is the distance between it? I've mentioned before about the block. Nice little distance here as you straighten. Now, maybe you're not there today. That's okay. Maybe you're a little tight. Maybe you have to just bring the block in, right? It's just one of those days. As you settle in, as you breathe, see what works for you. Option to stand with this, option for a chair. If you're standing, you'll bring your hands to your hip bones. You'll bring the palms towards the wall, and then you'll walk away from the wall and you'll press against the wall here. see if I'm able to. So I'm bringing it right here. I'm bringing it here, stepping out and pressing, looking down. You can bend the knees here, so that's an option for you as well. So we're here just for a few moments, few breaths into our puppy here. Observe here, make sure that those knees here are under here. If you want to make sure that alignment's in place here. If it's too much, bend those elbows. It's okay to come down like this as you breathe. Curl the toes if you need to. These are your variations of your shape here. Tops of the feet are here too, so tapping, humming here, breathing. Your puppy, give it a little stretch. Think of the puppy that gets up from its nap and stretches out this energy, and the fingers are wide if you're straightening those arms. You want them, this is coming through, cat-cow. It's coming through Adho Mukha Shavasana. It's coming through puppy. So the fingers, even into Tadasana, right? You have ray of sunshine forward. So this is another one where you have the constant. Putting the pressures on the feet, top of the feet, hands. Almost there here. Here we go. On that next exhale, as you begin to bring the hand forward for a moment here, bringing the wrist under the shoulder here, a little bit of movement here. So we'll do a little hula hoop here as you're pressing down, clockwise here as you inhale, come forward, exhale, get a little working here on the hips, exhale, inhale, beautiful. A little bit of dynamic movement here. Next time around, we'll go counterclockwise. Pressing into those hands, wide fingers here. Breathe it in. Are you still humming, or is it not for you? And guess what? It's okay if it's not for you. Maybe you're like, yeah, I don't like this. I can't relax. And that's okay. Find what works for you. You have that inner teacher. Your body will know. Maybe the silence. And as we come right back up to our tabletop, we'll reach that hand out, another hand with forward here. As you curl the toes, come into that little downward dog where you're making that V shape here. You're pressing down into the hands, bringing the head here, the ears in between your hands, arms here. You can press down. It's okay if the heels can't get down. Now, maybe you have your blocks. Blocks are ideal for your first downward dog of the day here. As you come up, it gives you a lot of space here. So see, with this, I'm able to woo, look at that. I can put my heels down. And this is great. This relaxes the body. It's like, no, I don't have to worry about this. I can focus on this points of alignment where I'm taking the backs of the thighs to the sky and pressing my hands down and straightening and internally rotating. And so it can add this little deeper layer into it that it's attainable, it's achievable. I did it. Okay. And with this also, it gives you space. It gives you space to bring that foot up to the wrist where we're going here. Now on that next inhale, we'll rise up the leg here. And on that exhale, bring it towards that right wrist here. Now we're coming into our little dragon here. We're getting our sense of alignment here. If you need to put something under the knee, by all means. Now you'll notice here in my home practice, I have a hardwood floor. I had carpet. When I had carpet, I had a piece of long plywood that I had underneath it. I've since replaced it with hardwood floor. But you'll notice I have 3 mats under here. And it's not because my knees are sensitive. You know, I'm doing preventative. And so these are 3 really, you know, my really best one is these 2 here. And this one's a little bit less expensive, mostly because the dogs are on it. Now here's my alignment. There's my knee to that second toe there. It's covered. I see the knee. My top of my foot again here. We're strengthening the back. We're getting aligned here. Hip bones are forward. Where do you want to be? Look up. Join cactus arms. This is going to help with this. So we can go this way. We can go up and down. What would you like here? What do you need? Do you need a little variation of opening the chest? So this is where you have to kind of observe your body. Do you need to work on your posture? You know, many people enter yoga because, you know, they think it's this way or that way. And it doesn't have to necessarily be about getting into these certain poses. It can honestly come down where you want to continue the mobility you have today into your 70s and 80s. Because believe it or not, when it's not continuously in use, you end up losing it. Some people, as they age, lose the ability to put their shoes and socks on. It happens. You can have one injury that changes everything, okay? So this is where people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, especially 40s and 50s, we're getting to that goal of we want to put our shoes on. We want to be able to get onto the floor, right? We want to be able to get out of a chair without using our hands. So when you see someone who's in their 70s and 80s and they're lifting up a kettlebell or they're lifting their hands or arms over, it's because they're continuing with this mobility. So don't, you know, minimize this movement. Movement is medicine here. Now, next time we bring those hands back out, we'll take a moment. Now, maybe the blocks need to be on the side to help with that stability as you straighten one leg here. Now, here we're rooting down into the heel, fanning the foot back for our little runner's stretch here, our little half split. Now, bringing in the blocks here helps create lift. So many people come in here and they're like, okay, nose to knee here. But where is that middle toe? You want to, or second toe, you want to make it towards the knee here. So even if you're opening up the chest, we're strengthening the lower back here as we're here. Maybe you don't need the blocks. Maybe you want to be like Wonder Woman or Superman. And you're fanning those toes back, you're rooting down and maybe hinge forward here as you're coming. Take it slow and mindful. You may not need the blocks. Maybe you can take those hands, clasp them behind you, or place them right on the back here. Can you push them in prayer? That's another one as well. As you're opening up the chest here, continue to breathe. You got it. Relax those shoulders, soften your face. Is humming appropriate? Little twinkle, twinkle, little star. And as we begin to let go, you can hold on to your blocks as you begin to slide that heel towards the other knee here. As we take a moment, still on our knees here, we'll take a moment to bend down a little bit like we're bowing down. We'll take the backs of our hands here. We'll kind of slide them up our mat here as we inhale. Exhale. A little bit faster. Inhale. Exhale. Now, as you inhale, can you get tall? So you bow down. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in, out. Imagine you have a feather on your mat and you're blowing it off your mat. Breathe it in and out. Let it go. Breathe it in and out. Here we go. One more time. You got it. Beautiful. As you gently come up, option here to be in tabletop. Now, we did the other way with Adho Mukha Shavasana, Would you like to go there again? Or would you like to explore pressing hands down as if I'm pressing into wet cement? Extend that back leg here. Root down into the toe, the big toe mound. As you press, on that inhale, explore on the fingertips or with the block, you lifting the leg up, holding on to it, bringing it to where that wrist is. Come up into your little lunge here, or low lunge. Get your alignment. Knee covers that second foot, or left foot, or second toe. You see the big toe here. Move those hips forward here. Will you bring it out into your cactus arms? Do you want to rise up and look, relax the shoulders, engage the belly here? Where do you want to be? Are you feeling a little unstable? Can you curl the toes? So see what you need. Maybe in, maybe up and down. So whatever you do with the hands here, whatever you do with the arms is an extra little bit of flavor here that we're working on the upper back here. So see what you need. We're almost there. A little shorter practice today gives you a little flavor. Again, we were supposed to meet today, but Mother Nature has different plans. So we'll strengthen our back at home. And then on that next exhale, do you have the blocks here? Will it help as you bring the top of the foot down? You extend that leg here as you come in for your half split. Would it help to bring the blocks in? Tall spine. And if you're ready, you can hinge forward. You're rooting down into the heel. Bring those little tootsie toes back. Now you may feel belly to thigh. Maybe this is not what you need. Maybe you need to work on posture. Maybe you want to bring those hands behind you and you bring it in a prayer and you lace them. Open your chest as if I'm pulling back. So imagine my hands are right on the front of your shoulders and I'm pulling you back to try to get your shoulder blades as close as possible. As you breathe, if you're shaking, that's good. That's getting things out. Maybe hum. My assistants, so I have my furry assistants in the room here, and you may hear them snoring. So sorry about that. As you root down into the heel here, bouncing helps as well. Breathing in and breathing out. On that exhale, as you slowly come up, if you have the hands, unlace them, hold them onto your blocks if you have it, or be very careful as you slide here. And we'll slowly come down to the floor here. Option to take the blanket, place it under the hip bones if you have it. We'll come into our Sphinx here, some variations of Sphinx, bringing those tops of the feet to the floor here. We're bringing our elbows very close. My elbows are right under my shoulders here. Those hands are wide again. So this is our Sphinx pose, looking straight ahead. And we're bringing back that same cue where I'm pulling my shoulders back. I'm bringing my heart through the gateway of my shoulders here. And I'm lifting my knees a little bit. So I'm engaging here my glutes here as I'm here. So let me turn here so that you can see. Option here to come in Cobra. Cobra's bringing it a little bit further, a little bit of a back bend here. Low Cobra, so when I would do my vinyasas as a student years ago in my 20s, I would learn it this way. We did low Cobra where I'm putting it like a wing here next to my body. Low Cobra. So low Cobra, low Sphinx, Sphinx. You can come into Cobra. And then seal is as the fingers are coming, middle fingers touching the corner of the mat here. Fingers are wide here. So are you seeing the patterns here of some of the poses? Tops of the feet, hands here. So this is how we're building strength. And take through, a class such as this will help you scaffold to build strength for when you do the vinyasas, right? When you're doing the flows and the forms classes. And there's ladder and rocket and Ashtanga, hot yoga, all those fun things. As you breathe, and you'll be surprised. The more you do this, the repetition, time, practice, building, taking your time, and you're like, whoa, like I was able to do this. And because you're learning the techniques. As we breathe here, then slowly as we begin to lower those hands, we'll cross them, make an X here. We'll bend those knees here. Windshield wiper side to side here. Now, one of the things we'll do is we'll do a little variation here on our belly. If this does not feel comfortable, sit on a chair. Okay, you can sit up for this variation. So as we're coming down for this, I will use a block on the head here. If you're prone to headaches, neck aches, use the block on the head here. You'll see me moving up because with my face down, it may be harder for you to hear on the microphone. I do have a microphone that I pin to me, but sometimes when I move it, you can hear, the rustle of my hair. So I'm placing my forehead on the block here. And then I'm going to put the tops of my feet down here. I'm bringing out my arms here. We're back to the cactus arms again here. So forehead here. I'm rooting down. I have my arms to a hover. I'm bringing them in and up. In and up. Now it may not feel good. Maybe you just need to remove it and you're okay hovering. See how that goes. That may not feel cozy and comfortable to you, depending on how the weight's distributed. If you're okay bringing it up, maybe even placing on the chin there a little bit. See how it feels. And sometimes when you do this, it's like, yeah, this isn't feeling right. I just need to do it without it. You can also lay down, place the head down, and you can move it this way. So this gives you a little bit of variation that you can do. And you're hearing that I'm sliding as you're breathing. Now I'm going to turn my head to the side so that you can hear me. As we're meeting the shoulder blades here. Two more times. After that second time, bring those fingertips up. We're lifting as if we're doing a little push-up here. So a little hissing cobra as you and down. Breathe in. Opening that chest and down. Breathe in. And this is helping strengthening your back here. But listen to your back. If you feel pain, please stop. You can just do tiny pulses. It's okay. You don't have to do the full expression. This is how you're listening to your body. This is self-care here. Back to back here. Upper back and a little bit of lower back here. And two more times. And breathe it in and out. If you have those blocks, we'll bring them right under your armpit. If you don't have the blocks, do not worry. It is okay. We're going to go into locust, L-O-C-U-S-T. And as you place them right there in the armpit, and I'll show you without, get a little tuck here, kind of imagining how it would feel to have like crutches, that sensation. And you bring it back, gazes forward here. Feet are levitating, those palms, they're open, fingers are wide. If you do not have the blocks, here you go. As you breathe, as you're opening the chest here, breathing in. And imagine I'm behind you pulling your arms. Look, I'm pulling it here or there. Breathe it in and out. You got it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you come down for a moment, cross those arms again on the other side. And then as you bend the knees, we go from side to side. We're almost there. Not too long for Shavasana. You got this. And then we slowly begin to roll over. If you have the block, bring it along for the ride. If not, no worries. We'll go into our bridge here. Now, maybe the little movement here wasn't enough. Maybe you need to heel toe the feet and do another little windshield wiper. And we're doing our back here, the lower back. That might feel very nice. See how it is. It's going to give a little massage to the upper back, lower back. And then we'll take, when the knees come to center, one knee in, give a little hug, other knee, little Apanasana, maybe lift up a little bit here, rocking side to side. And take it slow. Like when we're coming to this, bring one leg up, it's okay. Then bring the other. And then maybe move a little bit. It doesn't have to be this quick stuff because that affects the body as well. Take it soft. One, then the other, and then come in. Rock it from side to side. Slow and soft. Too many times we see, you're on the treadmill. You're lifting the weight, right? And it's all this grit. And sometimes soft is what needed. It just depends on where you are. In the early days, of my journey, it was like, oh, I gotta get into all these things. And now it's like, let's just have a little softness in. I want to keep my mobility, and things change. And our lives have become a little bit more sedentary with this. And so how can we bring movement into the day here? As we gently float the feet down here, take that middle finger here and kind of scooch down a little bit. See if you can graze it along the back of the heel here. Option to be here, number one, okay? Maybe you just want to take the blocks, put it right between that thigh, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. This is going to help things. Now, part of the back here, we're strengthening the pelvic area here. So by doing Kegels, glutes, we're strengthening this as well. So this is all a part of the package here. If you need a little bit more, we will press down into the feet here as we come up. Option to be here in the bridge, or you can place the block underneath. This is a supported bridge. See where you are with this. So supported bridge, but the chest is open. The shoulder blades are down. The feet are pressed down. Once you're in here, do not move. Gaze is up forward here. We'll be here for a few breaths here. See where you want to land. Now there's a higher part here to the block. You can come up if you went to the highest setting. Okay. See how that feels. This is the second highest. The biggest one is this one. That'll be a little too high. If you'd like, we can use that clasping here behind as we did in our little split. And gaze is looking up. So let me just check my microphone because Max has come. And sometimes Max hits the cord sometimes. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, we're almost there. Almost there. See what type of bridge? Maybe we can hum London Bridge falling down. If you need a little bit more, maybe bring the hands behind the head, open up. This gets a little shoulder stretch here. So whatever you need, this doesn't feel comfortable. Maybe you feel like, okay, I moved enough today. I want to be on the floor. That's all good. Opening the chest up here, squeezing the glutes here. We're strengthening the back. We're opening the chest here. As you breathe. Few more breaths here. On that exhale, if you have the block under, you'll press down into the feet. You'll lift up, gently remove the block. If the hands are there, gently remove them. Come down vertebrae by vertebrae here. And then as we roll over onto our side here, I'm leaning onto my left side here. Now, option for a couple of things. One, you can place the elbow down. The elbow will be under the shoulder. Option to put a block right under here, kind of under the scapula here as a stretch. If you don't have a block, no worries. Now, try not to dump all the weight in the joint here into the elbow. You want to distribute it here. Now, normally we kind of extend the foot and leg out to go into a cat's tail, but we're working on the lower back here. Do you want a arched? Do you want a neutral? So see how you want the lower back to go here. So on that inhale, I'm bringing the leg forward as if I'm stepping, okay? This leg is straight, foot is flexed here. And I'm just moving in a way where I'm looking over the shoulder. Now, by all means, if you need that stretch, grab that foot. That is okay to do cat's tail here. But this is a variation of it where we're kind of using the body, we're using the hands right on that little bum there as you turn here, getting a little twist here. So going back to moving the spine in all directions here. So hold on here, we're pressing the foot, flexing here as we turn here. Now, see how the weight's distributed. Are you dumping it as I'm showing you, like this is dumping it in the elbow? I'm turning the hand down, palm down, open the chest here, and I'm feeling the compression right here. This is our season of spring, so that's usually like the liver, gallbladder, meridian here, as we learn with traditional Chinese medicine. But today we're focusing on our back, upper and lower. And it's still very windy out here. I don't know if you hear. So one of the things I have here is when my sister passed, as some people do, they buy these very expensive chimes, and they were there at her funeral and nobody wanted to take them. And I ended up feeling really bad and I took them and I moved them here to Texas, and, I didn't know where else to put them. So they're by my front door. And so you can hear them chiming with the wind. Here for a few more breaths. We're almost there. Inhale and exhale. Blow that feather. Breathe in. Few more breaths if you can. Maybe hum. Maybe whistle while you work. Or just be silent. On that next exhale, as we slowly slide the hand down, placing both onto the mat or floor, bring that leg around here. As you go back to your back here, I'm going to turn the other way so that you can see me here. Option, windshield wiper, option to bring the knees in. What do you need today? This put our back here in quite an arch. And so with all of these kind of little back bends here, perhaps this is what feels nice. Perhaps this is what feels nice. What's going to feel nice for me will be very different from you. Maybe just still, and that's okay. Listen to your body. Sometimes it's everything for you to get to your mat and just be. Just be. On that next exhale, as we roll over, you can hear this hitting the house here as we set up. Now my little furry assistants at the end of my mat here, I'm keeping everything in a straight line. So think of a toy soldier, right? Very stiff. Placing the elbow right here under the shoulder here, option to bring the block in for a little scapula, little release here. See where you're distributing the weight and the hand. Try to get it out of that as you open the chest up. As we bring one leg forward here, other leg back, flexing the foot here. Now you see that my block's going crazy, and it might be something that may not work. Option, if you'd like, to grab your little tail, get a little cat's tail, but the option as well to place the hand on the bum here as you turn, as you breathe. And I promise right after this, we'll go into our little Shavasana. And then we'll see each other on Thursday. We'll be back on track. So I hope everyone had a really great little spring break. And as you breathe, explore and see what you need. Maybe you want to grab that tail. Maybe you just want to be. And slowly and mindfully, as we begin to move, placing the hand down if the block is there, slowly remove it. As you slowly come over to your back, bringing the soles of the feet to the floor here. We're in our Ardha Shavasana here. Take a moment just to be in stillness here, opening up the chest here, bringing the arms out like a T. Always the option to straighten the legs. You'll probably notice that my dog is here. That's why I haven't straightened my legs. So always that option to do that. Listen to your body. Now, an ideal Shavasana, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So I'm inviting you well beyond I turn this off, that you stay in your Shavasana. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes Shavasana. That's not going to get you as much benefit as the 10 minutes here. So what I invite you to do is find your Shavasana. Do you want to be here? Do you want to be the corpse pose? Do you want to place feet up on your couch or your chair or up the wall? Get yourself cozy. You're in your home. You're oming from home. Turn your light off. Cover something over your eyes. Put something under your head. Right. I have a dog here that's on my blanket, so it's not going to happen. Maybe you have pets and they're just hijacking all of your props like mine are. And find where it is comfortable. But see, for me, having them here makes it comfortable. So for me, this is peace. This is it for me. Being in my home, being with my fur babies here. So it all just depends on where you are. So as we find our Shavasana, is there anything else that you need? Do you need to bring the knees in? Do you want a happy baby? And again, with the happy baby, just bring in one, then the other, take it small. Take it slow. Lift up if you need to. Hold on to under the knees here. Hold on to the thighs. Hold on to the toes. You have lots of variations here, but we're moving. That's the important thing here. We moved and moved and moved, and now we settle. Now we rest. Now we let the nervous system say, hey, we're in a good place now. We can just relax, let go, surrender. And as we bring into our Shavasana, our integration, our body, mind, and spirit. Our Shavasana, traditional Shavasana, if I haven't already told you, is bringing the legs wide, flopping the feet out, kind of like, who was it, Charlie Chaplin, or like clown feet almost. Opening up the arms, chest, and letting go. You can put a blanket over you. So ideal Shavasana is warmth, darkness, stillness. Letting go. Also belly Shavasana, crocodile. And when I was a baby yogi, that was not an option. This was it. We were all of us here, whether there was myself or there were 12 other students in the class. This is where we were in. And we weren't even given props or blankets. We were just here. Shavasana. Option to continue to stay here well beyond the practice. Listen to your body and what you need. But if you're ready for movement, I invite you to roll onto your side. Now, a piece of advice that I will share with you that what I have learned in the journey of my life is when you go to these modalities, maybe you're getting a massage, maybe you're getting a facial, maybe you're doing yoga. These type of modalities that are under, I would say, the category of relaxing, stress reducing. When it is time for movement, take it slow, roll onto your side. It's perfectly fine. You're in a massage, you're done. The massage therapist leaves the room. Roll on your side for a few moments. Pause. This helps your nervous system. There were too many times in my life that I jumped up like a jack in the box, hurried up and got dressed, got my keys, and moved on. Take your time, take it slow. It sets your intention. It helps the body here. It helps you rest. Then you'll get maybe hungry after the practice. Maybe you'll sleep a little better. This is a cumulative practice. So take it slow. Go on your side as if you're sipping up every sweetness of the nectar, right? The sweetness, every last drop. Hold on to it as it's so precious. The quiet, the stillness, the calm. Drink it in. And then slowly come up. Allow the body to take a moment to be upright. Adjust the posture, right? Bring those shoulders up and back. Take that moment. Place those hands together. Maybe place them over the heart. And even if you don't want to move, place the hand under the heart, on the heart, and say thank you. Be grateful, appreciative of all the things that you have. What a blessing. The ability to be able to move, right? The ability to be able to show up and give yourself a little bit of self-care. Invitation to continue to stay on. I'll turn the practice off. Marinate for as long as you need to. And as I place my hands together, thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide. Thank you for working with me today regarding this weather. I hope everyone is safe. Hopefully the winds have calmed down and you are nice and safe and cozy in your own home. I will see you on Thursday in class where we will continue on. So thank you so much for joining me. Shanti Shanti Om, peace, eternal peace. The light in me will always acknowledge the light in you. Make sure to get some water, stay hydrated. Even when it's windy like this, the body still needs multiple glasses of water a day. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much.